The far right is mainstream, so you see it. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene is far right. It's a little more well known, I think. Also, yeah, like different. Like we're in Biden, then we're in Obama, then we're in Bernie, and then yeah.
But there's really nobody past Bernie that's.
So people divide it online between liberals and leftists. So 60 seconds. I want you to describe from like what you think the left is and kind of how you can break it down.
Yeah, right. So I think it's easier to answer that question about the right than it is the left for me, for some reason,
The far right is mainstream, so you see it.
Yeah,
like Marjorie Taylor Greene is far right.
Right.
It's a little more well known, I think. Also,
for sure. Yeah. So I think that, but anyway, just a comment.
Yeah.
But about the left,
Mm-hmm.
I guess me being a Gen Xer, I would say that I feel like the left is on a spectrum, but I try to keep it really idealistic. And so there's sort of like Biden, and then to like Obama, then to like Bernie idealism.
Yeah, like different. Like we're in Biden, then we're in Obama, then we're in Bernie, and then
right. So just like,
yeah,
but there's really nobody past Bernie that's sane,
like viable at a minimum.
So there's a group of people that are out there that I don't consume them at all, and we seem to do a good job as liberals not promoting the crazies, and I think that's the difference between the left and the right.
Yeah,
is our extremes on the left.
The right, the Democrats box them out much better.
Right.
So yeah.
So it's only the spectrum. I've got AOC leans Bernie for sure, right? And so
yeah.
But that's it. Like
that's in the electable world. So online it changes. So people divide it online between liberals and leftists.
Wait, say that again?
Liberals and leftists. So a liberal is Jon Stewart or Obama. A leftist is Bernie. He is like the most right leftist, if that makes sense. He has veered into a world of politics that is now on the left. Does that make sense?
All right,
like John McCain is a Republican, but is he on the right?
Right. Okay. So let me ask
you. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let me ask you this question.
Okay. In this sense.
What makes you a leftist? Is my question.
Yeah. What makes you a leftist? So I think that there are.
Versus a liberal or a Democrat, just somebody.
Okay, we'll start there. So a leftist compared to a liberal. So you can think a liberal is like a probably Clinton to Obama-esque Democrat, right? Like a neoliberal, basically, you know what I mean? Like free trade, globalist, kind of, almost you can think of it as like a corporate coastal, in a sense, like a Democrat from New York, not from Michigan, because those are different people, right? Kind of how you say Clinton and Obama were, for sure. Oh, Biden is that, but did things that aren't quite the same. You know what I mean? Whereas Bernie, in like, it's like taxing more, but not really, and it's kind of just like maintaining the status quo, like a pre-Trump status quo, right? Hillary's a really good example of like a liberal. Then there's like Bernie, who I guess you could say radical, but I don't know if I would call it radical, because it depends on in comparison, right? So
everybody gets free college.
Much more of
that's pretty radical.
Yeah, right. I would say it's like a.
But he doesn't. But he's not a Black Panther either. It's not that radical.
Yeah. No. It's not that radical, I don't think. I don't think maybe when he was younger, but not now. It's a more of the one way you can look at it is the way that you look at issues and approach them changes. It's more systematic, larger. Like Bernie, it breaks down. His issue is, I think, a lot with the current structure of capitalism. For example, he wants to go to like a FDR capitalism, where we tax extremely wealthy people because they don't need billions, because he doesn't think there's not a need. He's thinking more of a societal sense, like, okay, we can take that and we can educate everybody and feed everyone and house everyone. Because I think people should have houses and food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what a horrible socialist.
God, what an evil human. I don't want you to starve, right? Things of that nature, socially more progressive and accepting than a liberal. More often than not necessarily, but typically. The people who are pushing the boundary of like...
Dudes with tits are allowed to go to the ladies.
Yeah. The social acceptance is being pushed by the left, not a liberal. It's pushed by the left and then accepted by the liberals.
Would you say that that's the woke stuff?
Yeah, kind of.
What's interpreted
as the woke? You could say that.
I hear woke used most often about LGBTQ related things and gender things.
I think
like that's where I hear woke.
It's two things. I don't think people who use woke understand anything about that and then just don't like those people. Yeah. I think that really boils down. So that'd be a little bit different of like a Bernie leftist versus a Obama liberal.